Why would you want an unkillable team? Where does it really benefit us to have this unkillable team? We have Zephy in a banner right now, so it made me think about this. I have Ogok. Should I go after Zephy to make this unkillable team? And then I looked at the damage it's doing on the test server, and I looked at the damage that I'm doing on my main account for my Vortex boss. But it's not only the Vortex boss. We'll talk about the damage we did here at 150 stacks, because we can do unkillable, but 150 stacks isn't 150 rounds. It's only 24 rounds of damage, the way it ramps up. But 24 rounds of damage with 3 DPS, we could have a lot of fun with that, because we could put any combination of DPS in there, and at least they'd go 24 rounds of damage. I think that's pretty sweet. Does take a while, so you'd have to put it on autoplay and walk away and come back. But I think this is good. This is really good for the first month of any season, because you're weak. And you can go 24 rounds of damage on the Vortex the whole first month, and then going through story mode or any bosses that you face, you've got Zephy to give you 8 seconds where your team can't die. You've got Ogok to give you 5 seconds to where you can't die. So total of 13 seconds, plus they're both healers. I don't even have like high enlightenment on either one of them. We don't need it. They're not going to die. On the Vortex boss, I thought it was pretty interesting. I think it's cool that we have this. I do think it's a little bit overpowered and maybe unfair for some. In the beginning of the season, I did see a lot of people using these two to go this round, to be able to do well on the Vortex boss with a team that could not last this long normally. And then I saw them taking on a lot of dungeons and doing things with dungeons that, you know, we just weren't strong enough yet. And I'm sure anything in story mode that we came up against, they were taking that down easy too, right? Making their team so they can't die and beating it fairly easy. Now, they have done some changes. Like the Vortex boss didn't used to kill through invulnerability, immortality, and then block resurrection at death at 150 stacks. Now it does. But what I can say is, now that I'm strong on my main account with my Ice Blast team, and I've gone all the way out on my elemental advantage to where I'm getting all that additional damage whenever I do an Ice Blast, all the additional attack. I did 43 million today on my Vortex team. And then I ran this, and I tried to copy the same setup that I had on each of these heroes. I've got Bledin, Girthin, and then I've got Shinna over here. Same team that I use for 43 million. And then of course on mine, I've got Garius and then another healer, Alicia. I've got her in there giving us some heals, taking away blocking, the decreased defense. So I feel like the team is really strong now, but it was never that strong to last very long before. On this team, I got a little bit more. I maybe got like 45 million because we're not getting the 5-team bonus. We're not getting all that additional damage. So would I want this now? I don't necessarily need it now, but that first month, man, I saw so many people using this first month. I feel like every season going in for that first month when we're ramping up and trying to level heroes up, yeah, I would use it then. It'd be fun to use it. Even right now, I got a few million more than my main team. Now, I'm sure that's not for all teams. I'm sure there's a lot of teams out there that can do tons of damage if you're using your 5-team bonus over this unkillable. But I do like the fact that I can take 3 DPS, any of them, play around with them, and go 24 rounds and see what kind of damage they can do. That's really handy. And then, of course, the dungeons. If you guys know good times to put Ogok and Zephy on to go through any of the dungeons, let me know. I don't know how we do them in Ancient Battlefield. Ancient Battlefield, when the boss slams with his ultimate, he's going to remove all buffs out there. I just don't know how we're going to survive and cheese that out. All the other dungeons, I can see a way to do it. Even if we have to bring in a good tank or another tank healer to stay alive until we can get rolling, pretty easy to do. At low levels, maybe we're not strong enough. Maybe you're not strong enough to do 9 right now. And if you use these two together, along with a decent tank or a decent healer, then you can get it done. Because once they start rolling, it's pretty easy to make sure your team stays alive. Just take away the ability for those bosses to do their ultimates and really hurt you. They did change Grave of Curse as well. Like Grave of Curse, you got to remove those 2 attack buffs that he gets. Otherwise, he'll eat through immortality and invincibility as well. Okay, we're almost at 150 stacks. One more round, and I'll show you the times you put in. I couldn't believe how easy this was. It was extremely easy to do this. You do have to have them scrolled, it looks like, because we're going to be on a 20-second timer. We don't need any special artifacts. We don't need any additional skill haste. All you got to do is put Zephy at a certain time, Ogok at a certain time, 20-second rotation, and you're done. You just hit play and bring in whatever you want. But again, on my team, for my main account, I've got like even my Girthin has a defense right side rune. It's got really good crit, really good critical damage, but it keeps her alive a little bit longer. On a team like this, I wouldn't have to worry about any survivability. I could just get as much attack, crit, critical damage, whatever I've got to do to get damage in there as I can. And it's a few more million. I mean, this is 3 million more than I got on my main server, but I'm sure my main server as we go will get stronger and stronger. I don't know how because I'm completely maxed out with all my damage. Here are the times that you need to put in. Super simple. 14.5 for Zephy, 20-second rotation, and then 26 seconds on Ogok, 20-second rotation. That's it. And then whatever else you want to set up for your team, if you want to get your decreased defense in there from that person and then have your other people follow up, you can do it there with your normal times. But I think it's really cool. It's fun. Zephy is in the current banner if you want to go after it. I don't have the means to do that right now. It's pretty expensive to go after those guys. I can't wait till I get Zephy one day so I can do this. Are you guys using Zephy or Ogok to cheese out anything else? Let us know down below and let us know the times you're using. If you're just using him solo, tell us the situation. Let us know what's going on. Or Zephy, tell us what times you're using with these guys and what kind of teams you're using for a certain dungeon or anything else that we're facing out there. It'll help everyone out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate your love and support. I will see you all in a video soon.